Hi YouTube, it's Jamie. So I am at 11 months since my surgery, almost a year coming up next month. It's now March of 2014. I have officially lost 112 pounds from a 237 to about a 125. I went from a size 22 at the top to now a size 6. I cannot believe I'm in a size 6. Things are going well lately. I am able to eat a lot more than I used to be able to. A lot meaning I can now have a half of a sandwich as opposed to a quarter of a sandwich, like say from Chick-fil-A, a chicken sandwich. I still definitely have to chew a lot. If I eat too fast, I wind up not feeling very good for about 30 to 45 minutes afterwards. And then it's really kind of like clockwork. About 45 minutes later, I feel just fine. And by then, I'm usually not interested in eating anymore after feeling like crap for 45 minutes. I haven't had any trouble with any certain foods. I'm able to eat spicy foods without a problem. I think that sometimes the higher fat foods can tend to upset my stomach. I tried to stop taking my antacid that I take on a daily basis with hopes that maybe I would be done with that, but I wound up for a day or two having some really bad tummy problems. So I did get back onto that. I find that I need to make, of course, better choices because I can eat more of the snacky things, and I can find myself getting really hungry when I work a night shift. So I wind up trying to take bigger items like a meal versus just little snacky things now. If I am going to take snack type things, I have to make sure that I still stay within a nice amount of calories for the day. And when I work just nights, when I'm not awake during the day at all, it's not so bad. But if I have that transition where I'm up most of the day, sleep a little, and then I'm up all night, that's where I can get into a problem with having too much over the course of the 24-hour period. But so far, I've been around the same weight, between 125 and 130 for at least 2 months now, I think. I have to really look at it to find out for sure. My size has stayed the same for a little while now, too. I still am really cautious with sweet foods. I'll have a couple bites of things. I'll have 3 Oreo cookies, and I don't want to go any further than that because I'm just afraid that it's going to have a bad reaction with me having too much sugar. Like I said, I'm able to eat about a half of a sandwich. I went out to lunch today and was able to have a chicken sandwich, but what I did was I pretty much ignored most of the bread and just slowly ate it with like a fork and knife, and that went well. I ate what was good about the sandwich and without going overboard on carbs. I don't really know exactly by just looking at food when my stomach's going to tell me it's time to stop, so I just have to go slowly, and once I start to feel that feeling, just kind of like a tightness up in here in this area, then I know it's time to stop. And if I go a little bit too far, then I start to feel really yucky. There has been an occasion or two where I went out to dinner and went a little bit too fast and had to run away to the bathroom and either get sick or just kind of breathe through it and feel better after a few minutes. So it's definitely not easy, but it's easier than it was when I started. And from what I understand, it'll get easier and easier as time goes by. So right now, I can't eat a whole lot, and if I eat too fast, it makes me feel yucky, but as the days go on, I'll be able to eat more, so I'll have to rely more and more on me and making good choices rather than just what my surgery allows me to do. That's why you find people that wind up going back up, but I am determined to make new choices and have better habits so that I don't go back there again. Some new things that I've started recently. I got a little burnt out of going to the gym and just doing the treadmill. I tried weightlifting and it didn't really interest me a whole lot. So I joined a gym that had classes, and I started doing Zumba. And when I had tried that before, 112 pounds heavier, it was quite difficult to do. I got winded really quickly, my feet were killing me, my knees were horrible, and I just didn't really feel good after the class was over. But now when I do a Zumba class, I can make it through the whole class. My knees are still kind of achy, but not nearly what it was before. I'm not supposed to take ibuprofen. After you have surgery, you're supposed to stay away from that. So I'll take extra strength Tylenol, and that usually helps my knees enough for me to feel better. And I'm going to try to do a couple other classes there. There is a class with weights, like mini, like handheld weights. So I'm going to see how that goes rather than trying to do things on my own. I do better in a group setting, really, and I still want to do a 5K soon. I signed up for Relay for Life, and right now it's just Brooke and me, but hopefully I'll get some more people interested in being on my team for that in April. Let's see. As far as tonight, I went to a support group meeting where we talked about expectations, hopes, fears, things that we were expecting after weight loss surgery, hoping or fearing. I just don't want to go back to where I was, so I'm hoping that that fear will help me, will keep me making good decisions, and that what I wasn't expecting was the reaction from people that knew me from before, where they're trying to tell me to stop losing weight. And what they don't understand is right now it's easy for me to lose, but in another few months, I might be able to eat that whole sandwich that I couldn't eat before. So it's going to be easier. And I don't need to sabotage what I'm learning, the new choices that I'm making now, where it'll really matter later. So I'm trying not to take that to heart too much. Most of the time, people that don't know me from before don't seem to feel like I look bad. It's definitely difficult. It's different looking at myself in the mirror, looking at myself on here. I'm used to seeing a fuller face. I'm used to seeing a different shape. I'm used to having a larger bust and hips and a nice butt, and now I'm a lot different. But if I see a girl with the same shape as me, I don't look at her and think, oh my God, she looks sick. I just think she looks petite. And so I'm trying to reframe the picture of myself in my mind and how I feel, the parts of me that I saw as my assets before, and trying to just kind of get a new picture of myself in my head about how I look and what I'm going to look like. And I don't know, it's just something I wasn't expecting. I was expecting more self-confidence, which I definitely do have. I can dance in front of people and not, feel weird about it as much, and, feel a little bit sexier and prettier. But I was not expecting to miss having the larger parts of me, the larger frame. But I still don't miss it enough to go back. I definitely hope that I'll be able to hold on to it, and I know that I'm going to need some support along the way, so I continue to go to my support group meetings when I can and have people to talk to. And just, it's so important to surround yourself with people who understand at least enough to understand what you need. Not necessarily understand why you did it or how it all works, but who's going to be there if you have a bad day where you eat something that you shouldn't have eaten and you feel like crap, and they're not going to make you feel bad about it. Or who can understand that after a large meal, you've got to wait a little bit before, you can get up and move around and do a bunch of things, that maybe you just need a few minutes to just let everything settle. And by large meal, I mean like not very large at all, but still, people don't have to exactly understand why or how, but they just have to be willing to work with you and support you. And I can't say how important that is, as some people just don't seem to understand how it feels. But I'm working through it. and I found a counselor I like a lot, and she's helping me work through my anxiety and different aspects. Let's see, is there something else I wanted to talk about? I guess it's just really important to have that mental support, that, people that understand what's going on and just know what your resources are, know who you can call if you are having a bad day. And people that are considering surgery, everybody asks me if I regret it, and I don't even have to think about it. I don't regret it for a second. I would do it again and again. Even if I had to go through that really crappy sick week again, knowing I would have to, I would still do it again. But this time, I would try not to make that mistake of eating the ice cream. Ugh. I still can't quite get into ice cream. Yuck. But chocolate is another story. I love me some chocolate. I guess that's about it for now. I'm a month away from my 1-year surgiversary. I cannot believe it's been a year already. I'm about to hit another summer. Wow, with a bathing suit. That'll be interesting. This winter, I'm done with snow and done with all this cold. I just can't seem to get warm most nights. I'm sleeping with a heating pad. I've never had trouble staying warm. I've always been hot. So that's definitely a big change. If there's anything that people want to know about, feel free to ask. I'm an open book. I guess I'll do a body shot now so you can see. And people are always asking me about skin. I think in general I've done pretty well. There's a little bit, but not too bad. And same with arms. In general, I think I've done pretty good so far, and I hope to keep that up. But I'm definitely a different shape than people knew me from before. I'm what they consider petite at 5'4" and 125 pounds so far, and I guess eventually one day I'll get used to it. But for now, I'm just trying to enjoy myself and the new me. And yeah, I guess that's about it. Thanks for watching. Bye.